So, hello and welcome back everybody. I'm glad to be making this video today. This video, or the topic of this video, is actually what spurred the idea of creating this channel, which is kind of exciting. It is another book in German. Not all the books will be in German. I'm hoping to get my hands on some antique French books. I'm going to Paris in 2 weeks. I feel like I'm always there. And I haven't never gotten any books from there. And so with this channel's inception, I will now be on the lookout for it. And I hopefully will find some good treasures when I am in Paris. The book for today, it is a German book. It is called Howard Carter and A.C. Mace, Tutenkhamun, ein ägyptisches Königsgrab, which just means Tutankhamun, an Egyptian king's tomb. This book is a telling for German audiences of the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun, King Tutenkhamun, otherwise known as King Tut. I believe that a report was made on the discovery of the tomb of King Tut, and this is basically a German translation of that. As we can see, it maintains the old German script, and as you also saw, it is full of pictures of the discoveries that the British made when they were discovering the tomb of King Tut. This book has a few oddities, I'd say. First, I want to look at the outside of the book. I found it in this plastic covering, so the quality of the book is very good. The cover has almost no damage or anything on it. Whoever put this cover on there wanted to protect it, obviously. Has a nice front. The binding is very intricate. And you can see here the title of the book and some presumably hieroglyphics. Yes. Nothing interesting on the back. However, the inside is very cool because it also has these hieroglyphics lining the inside cover. Same thing on this side, however, you notice here something is in the cover. This was a very pleasant surprise for me when I found this book. This book has obviously had another owner. And I actually believe it has had 2 previous owners. I will tell you why. So I found these magazine clippings inside the front cover. Let's look at them. You can see there are many different pages of a magazine, and somebody decided to cut out these pages, but if they are properly placed together, most of them create some sort of picture that was from inside the magazine. Not bad. We can see here a few of the magazine pages unfolded. Here we have a proper image. This could have been the middle of the magazine. Obviously some pictures of somebody, Tutankhamun as a teenager. And here we have a little description of some sort of exhibition. Now the antique superstar has come to Berlin, is what this sentence says. Now, I did some research on all the different Tutankhamun exhibits that have existed since the discovery of his tomb. And I matched it up with that sentence saying that he was in Berlin. In addition, this magazine is from Stern, which is a very common German, not very common, sorry, which is a very popular German magazine. And using all this information, I found out that this magazine, these magazine clippings, must be from the 1980s, if not the year 1980, when the Tutankhamun artifacts himself, all the entire exhibit was displayed in the Egyptian Museum in Berlin, in Western Germany. Well, Eastern Germany, but it's Western Germany because it was part of Berlin. It was the Western Berlin. You get what I'm saying. So these magazine clippings are from that time period. They are from the 1980s, I assume. There is no date on any of the pages that I found, but there are some very beautiful paragraphs about what they saw, kind of the hardships that they had, what interesting aspects of the discovery there were. Yeah, it's nice. So as we can see, one of the previous owners of this book was very interested in its subject matter and the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, because either they bought the magazine, with the information on the exhibit in Berlin, or perhaps even they went to the exhibit. So that's quite interesting to know that this book was maybe purchased, or maybe it was, handed down, whatever, to somebody who, found it quite interesting enough to visit an exhibit and to find out more information about it. How old is this book? Well, I'm glad you asked. This book is 100 years old, actually. If we look at the title page, we see here 1924. 1924. Beautiful title page. We have this picture of the king and queen, and then, of course, the beautiful German script saying Tutenkhamun. Tutenkhamun is how they pronounce it, actually. The title page gives credit to those who discovered it. The Earl of Carnarvon, Earl of Carnarvon. I have no idea how that's pronounced. And of course, Howard Carter. There is a small note about an edition by a Georg Steindorf, who included a lot of the pictures from a man named Harry Burton and a map of the tomb site. Interesting enough. A few words about Georg Steiner. He was one of the most well-known Egyptologists in Germany at the time of the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun, and I believe that he had some sort of contact with Howard Carter, which led him to get access to all of the information and books and pictures and maps of the expedition itself. And so in this book, there are plenty of pictures of the different artifacts that they found, the different areas of the tomb, many different aspects of the entire expedition. It's very, very well written, I would say, and it is very descriptive of every aspect of the expedition. If we go to the next page, we see a dedication to Lord Carnarvon, who was one of the two leaders of the expedition. Lord Carnarvon and Howard Carter were the two men who led the expedition. It was more Lord Carnarvon, but they it was kind of a duo, a tag team, more or less. But it's dedicated to him, one, for his discovery, and two, because he actually died. I think, a few days after discovering the tomb. Maybe it was a few weeks, I don't know, but he fell very sick and died. And for that reason, people say, like, oh, it's the curse of the Egyptian kings. If you uncover their tomb, you'll be killed, by some plague or something like that. So um, it's quite interesting. The tomb was discovered in 1923. So this only came out a year later. Quite quick, I might add, with their translation of the report on what happened. And yeah, I mean, good work on them. Now, I say this book had multiple owners because in the beginning of this book, we see a very touching piece of information. As I said, this book is from 1924. We can see that in the title page here, 1924. And I presume that the book was published in early 1924 because here we have, after the half title page, a lovely handwritten note. It says, Meinem lieben Töchterlein, Ostern, 1924. And what that means is, to my beautiful daughter, or to my lovely daughter, Easter, 1924. Just look at that handwriting. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could write like that. So this was a gift. This book was a gift to somebody's daughter for Easter in 1924. I'm holding in my hand a piece of history to somebody, a piece of personal history. That's quite incredible to me. Regarding the contents of the book, I only read a few pages. I personally am not that interested in ancient Egypt. It's okay. I don't find it that interesting. It's not that alluring to me. But, as always, beautiful German script. I absolutely love reading this stuff. Not the topic, but I love reading this writing style, this type of print. I just think it's gorgeous. Yeah. Other than that, I don't have much to say. In the back of the book, there are many pictures, additional pictures, and notes about the various artifacts that they found. I'll flip through some of those pictures now to allow you all to see those. Yeah, it's got some interesting things inside. If anybody would like to know more about the contents of the book, you're welcome to leave me a comment. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of ancient Egypt, but I found the history surrounding this book in particular, to be worth talking about. And so I decided to share it with y'all. Happy Easter, as this book wants to express. And yeah, see you next time.